Welcome to Toyfeld, the toy show about nothing and everything. If you're like me and you collect way too much stuff, then you've come to the right place. Here we're going to talk about toys from new to retro, all things Lego 1/6 scale, movies, cosplay, camera gear, sneakers, and much more. The list goes on. Hey guys, welcome to Toyfeld, episode 10. Yes, we finally made it to end out the season. On this episode, I'm talking to a good mate of mine, Charmcitybricks. If you want to check out any of his content or any of the Lego stuff that we're talking about, definitely hit up his Instagram at Charmcitybricks. Rolling into season 2, I want to start implementing some music while the podcast is going and at the start, and just to try and break up the show a little bit. It's going to be house music, synthwave, and some beats that I make myself. So I hope you guys like it. We're going to test this out with a song from Penn called Nobody. Let's get into it. how did you get into all this?
I mean, I grew up playing with Lego for years, and then I was in the Navy, and even when I was in the Navy, I would like run across like sets and everything, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's really cool. Mainly just Star Wars though, only Star Wars. And I would buy it, but when you're in the military, you're kind of like transient all the time, so everything always went into a storage locker, and so I had like totes of boxes of sets, from the mid 2000s, and then I got out of the Navy, and I started working, for the government, and but still I was on the road a lot traveling, and that's when I picked up the old UCS Millennium Falcon. We were at the mall, we were going to see a movie and everything, and I walked by and they had it there in the window, and I'm like, holy shit. I hadn't bought any Lego for a couple of years, and that set had came out. And when I went in the store though, they're like, yeah, it's 20% off.
And you thought,
because they're retaring it. And I'm like, no shit. So I just spontaneously bought it. So I got a good deal on it.
Yeah.
And it's still built. I actually have not built the new one. It's still in the box.
I've got the new one still in the box.
Because I don't know where to put it. I don't have a place to put it.
Yeah.
And I just can't bring myself to tear up. Everyone's just like, oh, we'll just, part out the old one. I'm like, oh, no.
Why would you part out the old? Oh, are they saying part it out just to use to build
part stuff? It out and put the new one in its place? And I'm like,
yeah. Well, I mean, in hindsight, it probably would have been better if you just sold the old one like 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. Huh? Yeah. But, so, and then back in, I guess it was the very end of 2014, early 2015, I was on YouTube and I was looking something up, and then for somehow, and I still I'm just like, what the hell was I looking up that I was recommended and it was actually Aussie Bricks YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And it came up on my recommended list of things. And so I watched it and I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, I never even thought about looking at Lego on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so I started watching some of that, and then I found everything and everyone.
Yeah, right.
And it was crazy. Yeah. And so I'm like, oh my God. And so I think that afternoon I went to the mall and bought, hundreds of dollars worth of Lego.
So what, you hadn't bought anything, or you were just buying random sets here and there, not really building them?
I was just hanging on to them. I was just like, oh, I'm going to build this one day, but I don't know when.
Yeah, right. Isn't it funny how things work out? And now look at what you've got behind you. So what's new with you, dude? What's the latest with Lego and building? What are you into at the moment?
So just I started making weekly vlogs on the city of everything I'm working on.
Yeah.
And so those have been putting on YouTube. I don't know if you've seen the last one. It's pretty crazy. And everyone's like, oh my God, you're going to get a copyright strike. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm under 1,000 subs. They don't give a shit what you do.
What's on? I'll have to check out the video. Why do they think you'll get
just the music and everything on all of them? Yeah, it's totally ripping everyone off. But
is it? Yeah, okay.
But as long as you're under 1,000 subs and you're not monetized, no one cares.
Yeah, you know what? And because I don't know whether you knew that I did some podcasts and things like that, and I'm wanting to start putting some music in the podcast, and I was trying to think of how the hell do I get away with doing that? And I look at heaps of people that do music sets and things on YouTube and that, and all they do is just list the songs that they've got on there, and like you said, they just don't monetize.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure. So I looked it up. So if you've got some songs in the video, you can actually go on YouTube and type up. Where did I see it? It was a place where you could look for what music and what the rules and regs were for that music, and you can kind of cut and copy and put that into the comments of your little of your video.
Right.
So you might be able to look into that. And all it kind of says is obviously, if you're playing one of the big major players the Beyoncés, Jay-Z's, all those type of people, they usually just they may strike you, but then there's a whole stack of artists, big popular artists, that just say, well, we want the revenue. That's basically the main deal.
Right.
And you get a strike only, I think, like you said, if you monetize, because you're trying to, so I think you'd be sweet, but I'll have to check it out. So what you've been vlogging in your city?
Yeah, so, I'm transitioning the city to like MILS plates, the Lego MILS system, the modular integrated landscaping system.
Mm-hmm.
So everything, I don't know if you can see this. So everything is like, see the Technic pins on the corners?
Yeah.
So everything locks together.
So it's like a modular, like your modular city. Like,
and I actually talked my entire lug into switching over to this system.
So you can all just group up.
Yeah, so people can like pull stuff out of their cities at home easily. And the other thing is, once you put it on one of these reinforced plates, it is super strong. It's not like a base plate. It's super strong.
So it's not. Is it not a Lego base plate?
It is a Lego base plate, but it's basically like the difference between like building with like just like a regular, like say 2x10 or using a 2x10 I-beam.
Yeah.
There is like structural integrity is massively different.
But
go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's the same principle as like your modular, like, you know, the way they build the modular city pieces where they just Technic together. Is that the principle that you're trying to do, or is it different?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
But then we build off those modular plates at that point.
Okay.
So it creates a really strong foundation where you can.
Oh, I see. So you've got a plate, but then you've got a full Technic
brick, and then
So
it goes base plate, brick,
flatsy. Yeah. Very good. Yes.
And then on the inside of that, there's some webbing that goes on.
Yeah, like trusses almost in a house. Yeah. I did the same thing for one of the castles that I built. Obviously the roof was, I was thinking, how the hell do I have this roof to be so big? And I did the exact same thing. I just ran all the Technic bricks along and joined them all together with pins and then plated both sides. And it was as solid as a rock. And it would do.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't need to have any beams or any, but then I actually put beams in there because I was like, it actually kind of looks like cool with the beams in there. I put like the church style beams in there, but
I don't need them, but I want them.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because I had like a red carpet. I was like, it kind of feels like it's missing something. Beams, that's what it needs. It needs like columns. That's what I mean. Yeah, cool. That's a good idea. Wow, but extra bricks though, I suppose.
Yeah, so I hit up the Pick-a-Brick store here at my local Lego store quite a bit to basically get a bunch of 2x4 brick because it eats through 2x4 brick really fast.
Yeah. And because I was actually my next build will be another big castle, and I want to try and, so that's actually a good idea. I want to try and modular the castle a bit more. Like I want to try and make one little section so I can at least complete like one little section, and then I'm not held bound by building the entire thing and slowly trying to build it up and up and up and up and up and up until it's almost completed. I want to be able to build like some towers and Technic brick the sides and then go, at least I've got that part done. And then while I'm waiting for bricks or whatever, at least I've got a section that's, because you know what. Yeah, and you can look at it and think, at least I've got somewhere with it. But yeah, mostly when I built my castles, the old-fashioned way, you kind of start with the template and then you kind of just build yourself up. But trouble is it takes forever and lots of money, and you kind of it doesn't start looking good till near the end.
Right.
Yep. So that'll be my next project. I've actually got all the bricks on the floor in here. I've been sorting them all out with my son. Somehow I've conned him into thinking it's good fun to do on a Saturday. So we've been going through all the bricks from my last castle build. I basically just smashed the entire lot, chucked in a box, and thought, it's all grey and variations of grey. I'll get to it when I get to it. And now, but yeah, no, it was doing my head in, so I want to at least separate it up so I can at least build properly. But yeah, I'm thinking I might do a bit more of a classic style castle. Like I think only for the fact that the way that I normally build them is so brick intensive and little parts intensive that it gets a bit chaos. It looks cool. I did like a couple of little ones that like I just use, you know, the rustic style that you see everyone using, like doing on Flickr, where it's just, you know, you're using a lot of 1x2s and, you know, you're using a lot of snops and things like that. But the trouble is it's hard. It's hard yakka to build a big one. So I think I'm going to go a bit more classic style. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So, and what about you? What are you working on at the moment? I see you working on as a hospital.
Hospital, yep.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. And is it going to be? Are you going to be able to see inside of it?
Yeah, you are. Yep. So I'm only going to do like a reception area on the front here. And well, I'm going to like basically do the base floor that you can see, but I'm not going to put any floors in it or anything. That would just take away too much time.
Yeah. So you're not going to build it so that it's like a modular thing so that you can pull each level off? Okay. No. Yeah. So it's basically an outer shell kind of thing.
Right, yeah. This is going to be for Brick Fair, so people aren't going to get that close to it anyway.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah, cool. And what's that big beast behind you? You've got that big, I don't think I've seen that. When did you build that big, like, is it a Japanese tower?
This over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I built that last week.
What, you finished it last week or you built the entire thing last week?
I built the entire thing.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't remember seeing this. What is it? Is it like supposed to be like a Chinatown type of deal, or?
Yeah, so we're in our city for Brick Fair. We're going to have a Chinatown area, and that's going to be. So if you turn around like and look at the backside is just all brick. There's nothing, but it's going to butt up next to another skyscraper.
Yeah, right.
So and it's kind of like the entrance tower into the block that makes up our Chinatown area.
Yeah, okay. So you've got a show coming up, do you?
Well, it's not till August, but
time will fly, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're taking certain pieces, or are you going to try and take a full city setup?
No, I'm taking 7 builds total.
Okay, and then you guys are going to use the base plate interlock system and just kind of go bang, bang, bang.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Have you got a road? What do you do with your roads?
Here's another cool track from Kevin Yeast called Messin' With My Soul. Let me know what you think about the tracks now in between the podcast. I hope you like it. Let's get into it.
Now you got to listen at this voice. Y'all gonna give me a few more minutes? I have a few more Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Now you got to listen at this voice. Y'all gonna give me a few more minutes? I have a few more minutes. Why are you messing with my soul?
Or 32?
Yeah. Yep, 48.
Wow, big boy one. Yeah, wow.
Yeah. And then you have like the integrated rail for your trolley system right here.
Yeah. So you can have a train on it as well?
Yes.
Oh, that's badass, dude. That's good. Oh, that's some brick intensive though, isn't it? Jesus.
Yeah, and everyone in our lug bulk this year, I talked everyone into like basically getting the most expensive parts about this are on our lug bulk.
Yep.
And everyone loves the idea. So everyone's totally on board. So, but for Brick Fair this year, everyone is bringing 1 or 2 road plates.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And we only need about 20 or 30, but we're actually going to have more than that because we have like, we've got about 80 some people in our lug. And there's about 35 of us actually building on the city.
Yeah, wow.
So if everyone brings 1 or 2 of these,
it's going to be a big setup.
Yeah, we'll have a nice boulevard. And
are you guys doing? Will you have like T intersections and different variations of the road as well, so that you can get everything happening?
Yep. Some people are making. We're not going to have any curve. Doing curves suck. So it's basically it's all cross. We only have 2 actual cross pieces, cross intersections. And then we have, I think, 6 T intersections, and the rest are all straights. Yeah,
wow. Oh, it's going to be awesome to see. I like the idea of this base plate thing. I think you've inspired me to maybe use that for mine because, like you said, whenever you transfer them or move them, they just fold it and everything. And you're like, well, I mean, look, you can move them around, but that would definitely make them more solid. That's for sure.
Yeah. Whenever I move these on the mills plates, what I do, I just take saran wrap and then I just wrap up the base plate into the building and just wrap it all up, like I'd shrink wrap a pallet or something.
Yeah.
Shrink wrap the pallet with the contents on the pallet.
Yeah. And
it's
solid as rock.
And then whenever you get to wherever you're going, bring a pair of scissors and cut it off. And then whenever you're leaving, wrap it back up to bring it home.
Yeah. Well,
builds which are in the other room, the other side of the basement, stored, and they're just wrapped up.
all parts that are already done, ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to watch this.
I like wrapping them up also because it no dust can get on them or anything like that. So
no, that's a really good idea. I wouldn't I'd thought of it, but not thought of it to do. You guys are going hard with it. You guys are, everyone's on board, so it'll make life easy to be able to go, hey, bring your piece over here. So the only thing I would say is, what will you do with the buildings going together is all good, but what about when the roads go together? I suppose it's technically plated, but you are going to have just that, like the line is going to be very distinct where they're all joined, do you think?
Actually,
it's not too bad.
Whenever you pin them together,
it just locks them.
It's pretty seamless. Yeah.
It would just, instead of a crossover, everything would be just a butt join, but it would be tight. Because you know what I mean. Like if you butts just your normal plates together, they just don't. You've got to put something over them to try and lock them. Otherwise, they just look crap. It just looks like
the technique is kind of covered. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I'm definitely keen to give that a crack because I have an idea that I think I'll be moving whatever I build a lot because I don't know. If I do need to move it, that's a winner for sure. And what do you reckon about the? I see you've got the New York. That's from Lego Movie 2. The new.
Yeah, the Apocalypseburg.
Yeah. What do you think about it? Was it a good build?
You got to buy it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can find it on. I got it on double VIP points, so that kind of took. I mean, it made me digest it a little bit better. I mean, it's 300 here. I can't imagine what it is for you guys. It's probably $400 or $500.
Yeah, man, our dollar's so bad at the moment. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's awesome. I mean, there are so many different styles of builds. There's so much piping and so much like industrial type building. Like you see these refineries that people build for displays and everything with lots of piping and tanks and finally you get it. I love that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Because it's what's the what do they call it? What's the actual name for it?
Apocalypse.
Is it? Yeah. I thought it was I always think of Wild Wild West, Will Smith. What's the big spider that they drive?
I know what you're talking about.
Far out. It's
steampunk.
Steampunk, yeah. It kind of looks like
I'm like, I know it's right there in my head.
Yeah, I know. Because I love that. I love that style.
I do too.
What's it called? I'm just looking it up now. What's it actually called? So it'll be Lego Movie 2.
The set is called Apocalypseburg.
It is 500.
Oh wow,
500. How many pieces are we talking here? Oh, you get a stack of minifigures. Jesus.
Yeah.
500 available now, and you get 3,178 pieces. So, well, it's not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 2, I suppose. Yeah, that's not too bad. And I'll have to look. I'll be honest with you. I've how we were discussing. Because I've been moving and everything. My Lego, passion was kind of gone there for a bit, but and I kind of was put in that situation because I couldn't build anyway because I had nowhere to build, so I was a bit stuck there for a bit. But now that I'm starting to get set back up again, I'm keen to build something big, that's for sure. And seeing a room like yours definitely gets inspiring. No, I saw on Instagram your big your brewery there, your big beer house.
Yeah, it's kind of back behind that Chinese tower over there.
Yeah. What do you use as your base for the actual building?
a 1x4 or a 2x4 brick?
1x2s and 2x2s.
Yeah, right. Is that just because you get them on your pick a brick wall, or?
Yes, and also they're dirt cheap on Bricklink. So the bricks I used for it are the 1x2, the log bricks.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I've got a little
Wild West sets.
Yeah, I've got a little Western set here. I'll show you. Just put it back together. Finally, a little gun house that I've got here.
Yep.
See the little. I'm built.
Yep, that's them. So, because you can buy those in like mass quantity on Bricklink for dirt cheap.
I think it's one of those parts that people, they're very specific, really, aren't they? It's not like it's a brick that, it's not like your grey and your blacks and your whites that everyone has to have and you use all the time. It's something that like you build. If you're buying it, it's specific. So, do you reckon that's why it's cheap?
Yeah, black brick here is very expensive.
Yeah, right.
And we actually lucked out our Lego store on our AFOL day or AFOL lug day. They just got in 2 cases of 1x2 black brick and 1x4 black brick. And I bought 8 pick-a-brick cups, 2 cups of each. Right. But if you look on Bricklink, if you were to part that out and resell it on Bricklink, you could like quadruple your money.
Yeah, wow. So what do they want? What do they want for like a 1x2 black? 10 cents or something silly like that, or 8 cents or something. Yeah, right.
And in a pick-a-brick cup, if you stack them, you can get like 700 bricks, but that takes forever. But even if you don't stack them, I can cram in about 450.
Well, stacking definitely makes a difference. I'll vouch for that because I sat in there a couple of times, but like I agree with you. If you've got no time, you better just to grab a couple of cups and just throw in as much as you want. But I think I at times myself thought, I wonder how long it takes me to like get these. I went into the pick brick store and I was trying to get like light bluish grey. What were they? 1x2s, and I did one. Just chuck them in, and then I thought I'm going to spend 15 minutes and put these all together and stick them all in there. And I think I got one third more with it, like all stuck together. Mm-hmm. The difference was, instead of 200, I think I got 300 or something, whatever the math was. But stacking definitely works. That's for sure.
Yeah, I always stack like the 1x4 bricks. I did stack those.
Yep.
And 2x4 bricks. I always stack those.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a trip to the to our Lego store and see what's on the pick a brick wall. Actually, I need some. I really need. What's the part I need? I was thinking of doing. I don't know. This is good. I'll ask you because you're a castle man. You know how on most of the. Oh, you know what I'm watching at the moment? I was actually just watching it before. I'm watching The Last Kingdom.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that was you that told me to watch it.
Yeah.
Anyway, the main castle that he's got that Uhtred's got to go back to, it's all built out of that log. It's not actually, you know what I mean? It's a primitive version of a castle. You see him in Braveheart and that. It's like the log version, the timber version of castle.
Yeah, they were just transitioning to stone kind of in that time.
Yeah. So I'd even thought about building maybe one like that, and then building quite a decent sized castle around the size of, because I just watched what was the other show that I just watched, the Templar Knights, the season one. That was amazing. But yeah, I like their castle. It's not too big, not too small. It's got the entrance, it's got and then it's got the main stronghold at the back with the church and everything. That's the style that I like. It's and that's usually what you see when you dig up like references like ones that are still standing today in Scotland and England, and that they're about that size.
Yeah, very Gothic.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking of going something like that. But Yeah, what do you reckon? You reckon I should build maybe like a little log version as well? Or I don't know whether, because I've never really seen it done. I've seen it done for like Western stuff, but you know how you'll see the...
I would say do it.
Yeah, I think so.
Because you're right. You don't ever see that done.
Yeah. Maybe it can be showing, like different parts of the country. That's one kingdom, that's another kingdom. So I'm pretty sure there's one in Braveheart that's pretty well restored timber as well. And they just, which I don't get, because they just light it on fire, and then once it's up, it's gone. Once it's ablaze,
Well, one of the things that they used to do on those old wooden castles, which History Channel did on. You can probably find it on demand or something, but on The Last Kingdom, talking about that stuff. Mm-hmm. And what they used to do, because peat, you know what peat is?
No.
Peat, it's like a really organic, soggy, boggy. It's found everywhere all over England. They use peat. They'll burn it to like smoke like Scotch whiskeys, things like that.
Oh, yeah.
But what they would do though, once peat is wet and saturated, it's like impossible to burn.
Yeah, right.
And what they'd do, they'd make these peat mud pastes, and they would coat all the wood in that.
Ah, there you go. So that's
basically like a plaster.
Yeah,
and it's very fibrous, so it really sticks.
Yeah, right. So then that's probably why, they could withstand, the battles. I mean, they always had moats usually as well.
Yeah.
Most of those, I know the one in, is it York in Braveheart? All my references come from movies.
Yeah.
And there's a good one in Robin Hood as well, the one with Russell Crowe. When the king gets shot in the neck, that whole castle's pretty well timber as well.
Yep.
From memory.
The new Robin Hood.
No, I haven't seen the new one. The one with Russell Crowe, because there's another Robin Hood now out, isn't there, with Jamie Foxx and someone else, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you're right. That's the newest one.
Yeah.
But the Russell Crowe one was really good.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, I
don't think I'm going to like the new one. It's almost like, they say it's like medieval meets ninja.
Oh, really?
Lots of flying, trapeze type stuff, and just kind of crazy.
Weird.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to like that.
I don't mind the King Arthur with
Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah, Jude. I don't mind that. I like the banter.
I like that one.
And I like that it did something different where they tell all the stories amongst them all, and I thought, this is a good take on a bit of a, it was something cool that you definitely would have happened.
Yeah.
You don't, and I quite liked that one, so that one's a good one. Obviously, Kingdom of Heaven's still the best one, in my opinion.
Yes,
especially the special features version. Good Lord,
yes.
that's amazing, that one. So what else in the city, dude? Give me a tour. I'll watch. I've got to watch your YouTube and
if you watch the last YouTube, it shows almost
you do a full tour, do you? Yeah, right.
But like behind the Palace Cinema, what I'm working on is kind of like an street alleyway, and but just like looking right here, like looking through the brewery in the back of the Palace Cinema, and like looking under this big flowering tree, it's really, really cool seeing the front of those buildings.
What have you got them all set up on? Have you just made some timber tables, or are they just like trestle tables?
These are all tables from Ikea.
Oh, okay.
They're all those, what are they, Linman tables?
Yeah, right. Sturdy, are they?
Yeah. I think that's what most people use. I actually got the idea from JKriv. Those are the tables that he uses in his display.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right.
But I'm pretty sure most people will either build their tables or they use these. And I like them because they're super strong, and you can adjust the feet on them up to 3/4 of an inch.
So you can level them up.
Yeah, to make sure they're level.
You'll have to send me the name.
Yeah,
I'll look back through the video and I'll look at the thing. But no, I've got trestle tables, but they're all bouncy. Like, your trestle tables that you get from your hardware store, like the plastic.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to use them for around my wall. But yeah, I am wanting, like, I'm thinking to myself, well, what am I going to build on?
Yeah.
I don't mind having plastic tables to put, because I've got a stack of I've got probably about 12 stack-ons. I want to try and make like a full stack-on corner, so that I've got all my parts, ready to go. And then I like that idea that what you've got there with the good adjustable tables, because then you can get the heights and everything right, and whack your bricks on and away you go. I reckon that's the go. Especially, and so what, they're cheap too. What are we talking, like $50 or $100?
Oh no, they're I want to say, so you buy like the table tops separately, and then you have to buy each one of the legs. It's like everything is by part, but so in total, the table's going to run you here in the States about $25 for the table. Awesome. The tabletop is, I want to say, like $15.99, and then each leg is $2.99.
How thick's the actual tabletop? Is it like a 32 mil, or is it like a 1 inch type of deal, or 1.5 inch type of deal?
I would say it's probably 1.5 inches.
Yeah, okay. So it's like 32 mil kind of thing. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's 32 mil, and then they've got the adjustable legs. Yeah, cool. Yep. And are those tabletops got holes underneath them for the adjustable legs? So it's meant to be screwed together.
Screw it in. Yeah, the legs are specifically already have the bolt in it. There's no. Yeah, you don't need any.
Hey, IKEA for the win, hey. They're pretty good.
IKEA that will actually last. So
yeah, and well, one good thing is that if you ever need another one,
they got them.
They got you back. Yeah. So what's next after your little your ambulance? Or actually, how big's this hospital going to go to?
The hospital it's going to be like almost like a skyscraper hospital. So it's going to go. So right here, I'm going to put a plate on it, and there'll be like a doorway to like kind of like a little outdoor courtyard type area.
Yeah.
And then, but right here, this column will keep going up about this high. I've got some more to add on to it here.
Yeah, right. A lot. Is that supposed to be where maybe potentially the lift goes, or is that just your feature that you've got there?
Just decorative.
Yeah, cool.
But but right here is going to be and so the hospital, like basically the tower itself will shoot up here, but right here I want to do a rounded window.
Yeah, cool.
Like using trans panels and hinges.
Yeah, cool.
So I'm going to round it out. And
how have you got it hinged? You've got another plate on half and half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I see.
On bottom.
Yeah. Cool. That's a good idea. And what, are you going to have a helipad on top of it?
Yep.
You got to have a helipad. Hey, what helicopter is going to go on top of it? I build a custom one. Or?
I kind of, sort of, yes and no. I took the Coast Guard. That latest Coast Guard, the big helicopter.
I think I bought one for my son. He gets all my Lego at the moment. It's like a big yellow one, yellow and red.
So the only reason, this set was like $70, and the only reason I bought it is because they had them 50% off at Walmart. So it's $35. So this is the Lego Coast Guard one. It's got the orange stripe. It says Coast Guard. And after I built it, I'm like, I actually really like this. This isn't like a normal shitty Lego helicopter.
Yeah.
So I bought another one, and I swapped the colors out to red. And got medical sticker on there. So this helicopter that will be on top of the Hilo.
Yeah, right, cool. Yeah, that's a good idea. No, I don't think I've seen that chopper.
Yeah.
Lego for me for the past 6 months has been whatever my son wants, and for some unknown reason he's like addicted to Ninjago. So now I've watched every single Ninjago TV episode, and they're actually pretty good. Like I was like, these actually are really pretty cool, like with the serpentines and snakes and everything. And so
he's all about Ninjago, so I've bought him the dragons, and we built all the dragons together, and he loves it. So I'm enjoying that part of it. But that's about as far as my Lego's gone at the moment.
Even with Marvel stuff, I have very, very little.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. I've got the Guardians of the Galaxy Milanos, and
I have that.
That's about as far as it goes, and that's just because I like ships.
Me too. Yep. That's the whole reason I bought that too.
Yeah, I've got both of them sitting behind me in this thing here.
Yeah, Lego's like, I've got shit sucker written all over his face.
There's my Lego set. That's all I've got. Is like, and I like walkers. I like pirate ships. But then I'm like you. I like building mocks. Like, where's your parts? Well, how do you keep all your parts? If you got, what do you usually do there?
So right down below me is like these large things.
Yeah.
And over there is shit. But then I have a room, this doorway that's around, well, I can't see it. It's right through there, but it's all parts.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's a 15 by 8 foot room of all parts.
Yeah, right. So you don't use like stack-ons or anything like that. You use all like tubs.
Yeah.
Or you do use stack-ons.
I use a combination of things. So the whole wall on this side is all stack-ons.
Yeah.
The Acro Mills ones from Amazon.
Yeah, I like those ones, yeah.
Yeah, those are nice. They're a little bit expensive, but they're I bought some cheap Snap-on ones or stack-ons. Yeah, from Lowe's and everything. What a waste of money.
Yeah.
Because there's no like catch like little locks on the drawers. So if you get the drawer out, the problem is you just pull the whole damn drawer out and then everything.
So was it like a cheaper version of a stack-on, was it?
Big time, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because I've got the actual legit stack-ons. I had to get them from the States because we don't even sell them here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that cost me a bloody bomb. But the only reason I did it was because when our dollar was really, really good and you guys had them for like $15 and you could buy them in like a box, and I think I got like 4 and it cost me like maybe $50 to ship it. It wasn't super bad, but it just took forever.
More than
the shipping was more, but it still worked out better for me because we didn't have them here.
Yeah.
At all. And now we do have a variation of them here, which is good, but yeah, this was far out. This was bloody 5 years ago when I bought these.
Yeah.
So, so you keep, and where do you reckon you get most of your parts from? Bricklink still?
So I'm mainly a Brick Owl shopper. I like Brick Owl way better than Bricklink. At Brick Fair every year, they always have a what they call the yard sale.
Yeah.
And they set up a ton of tables, and it's all free. You can just like say, hey, I want to reserve half a table. And you can set up a bunch of sets in the evening, and it's only 2 other Brick Fair, goers. So, but still, Brick Fair, there's like, I think this last year we had the most ever, and we had over 1,200 participants. So it was crazy big.
So what, you had 1,200 people to display Lego?
Right. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
How many people through the door?
Shit. Probably. So over the course of the Saturday, Sunday, they'll do like 80 to 90,000.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's like a bloody grand final.
Yeah, it is. Like, so if you get online, just like look up the Dulles Expo Center. It's outside of Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
And you go in there whenever you're like, and we start setup on Wednesday, and it's only open to the public on Saturday, Sunday. But for us, it's the events and everything start on Wednesday. And setup starts Wednesday, and you walk into the Dulles Expo Center, and you're like looking up and around, and you're just like, this thing is huge. I mean, it's just the amount of space is just unbelievably huge. But then by Friday night, there's like no free space. It is packed.
Wow.
Because not only do you have people, like we had over 1,200 people just displaying Lego, but then there's another 100 vendors.
Selling.
of selling, minifigs, sets, all kinds of Lego.
So is Brick Fair the big one? Is that like the Super Bowl
of Virginia is the largest one in the United States.
So that's like the Super Bowl of Lego displaying.
Yeah, pretty much. It and Brick World Chicago is really good, but it's not as big as Virginia. But it's all right. It's
So whereabouts is Virginia? Whereabouts is that on the map?
Virginia is right outside on the East Coast, right outside Washington D.C.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so how far is that from you?
I'm in Maryland, so the state we're like close to the state line, so it's like maybe 40 minutes.
Oh, so you're right on its doorstep.
Yeah.
40 minutes drive?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, that's piss easy. And whenabouts is this Brick Fair? What month? What you said?
It's in August.
And this is what you're taking this big city with your kid. Okay, yep. August. Huh. All right. Yeah. Well, maybe when I come over to the East Coast, and what's the weather like in August?
It is hot as hell.
Oh, really? Is that summertime for you guys?
Yes. Yeah.
June. Okay. So because yours, when does your summertime start?
Yeah. Usually the end of May.
June, July.
End of May through September. Like October, it finally starts cooling down a little bit.
Okay, so it's cool. But yeah, okay. Well, yeah, but I mean.
Here's another cool track, Vertigo, and it's JKriv. Hope you like this one, and this will be the last one before we end out the podcast. Thanks for tuning in. buy that, and I want to get the little Yoda hut set. I've got to pick that up. The little
You better hurry because it's on clearance here. I just parted out 5 of them that I picked up for $10 each.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Damn it. Yeah, I need to get that one because every time I look, I'm like, oh, shit, because I missed out on the last one that they had. I don't want to miss out on this one. And there's an X-Wing as well that I really should get, but I do have...
I still haven't bought that yet.
Well, I've got an older version X-Wing and I've got a UCS version X-Wing, which I still haven't built. So I'll probably just pass on that. What do I need it for?
Yeah,
I always have... Yeah.
They came out with like Poe Dameron's black and orange X-Wing, and then they came out with Resistance blue and white X-Wing, which I have both of those, and now this other new X-Wing that they came out with, and I haven't bought it yet, and I don't even know if I'm going to. I'm just like, how many X-Wings do we need?
Yeah.
It's like TIE fighters. How many damn TIE fighters? Now, I will say this, and I did buy a couple of them. That's actually the last real thing I bought was from the Solo movie, the TIE fighters.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't.
Because they come with a couple mud troopers, and that.
Oh, that's the only place where you can get the mud trooper, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
that's the best TIE fighter they've ever made.
Yeah, right. Damn it. Yeah, no, I never got that, and I really wanted the mud trooper. I was hoping that they would bring out like a little battle pack with mud troopers, because then I would have gone crazy on that.
Yep.
So yeah, that'll be next. But yeah, man, we'll have to chat soon. I'll have to run, dude. I'm starting to get a bit tired.
Yeah, man, go to bed.
Yeah.
All right, Dave.
Enjoy your day, man. Catch up.
Yep. All right, bye.
See you, man.